Hey guys, well I know it's been a long time since you've seen this car. In fact, I think last time you saw it was before summer even started. So this is a long overdue update and a little bit of a test drive of the family car. This is our 2012 Honda Pilot EXL 4-wheel drive. It is my mom's daily driver. It's split between my mom, my dad, me, and pretty much anybody who needs to use the car. We all pretty much drive the car basically. This is going to be also the 40,000 mile update because the car is just shy of 40,000 miles. It's at 39,150 I believe. By the end of this week, it'll be well over 40,000 miles. It's going upstate to help me with college, which is a good 6 or 7 hour drive. And then it's turning right around the day after and going to North Carolina. So between those two trips, that's about almost 3,000 miles worth of driving in a short period of time. So this is it, and I am moving away to college this week. So this is probably the last time you guys will be seeing this car on video, probably until, maybe Thanksgiving at the earliest. So it's around though, we still have it. We have no plans of getting rid of this car at all. My mom absolutely loves it. It's her favorite car she's ever owned to date. And I'll start by showing you around. Quite a bit has happened with the car. We'll start off with up here. The windshield was replaced about a week and a half ago. My parents were on the way back from North Carolina on a road trip. They were driving on 95 North going through Richmond, and all of a sudden a giant crack just went across the windshield. And the other windshield has seen some shit. That thing's been pelted by rocks and chunks of cement off trucks, and so it was time. So we replaced the windshield with a Pilkington Solar laminated, acoustically laminated glass, so the road noise is about the same, which is nice. And tire wear on this car is actually really good. There is an update. It does have a new tire in the back. That happened about 2 days ago. I took it to get a new tire because there was a nail in this one that I found. But because the tire tread is so great on this car, especially after 40,000 miles, we were able to get away with just putting one tire on. So we didn't have to do the back two, which is nice, because then we don't have to blow all the money, and then when the car's actually due for tires on all the other three, then we'll just have them all changed at once. These are Michelin Primacy MX V4 tires, and they are P235 60R18, so these are 18-inch silver painted aluminum alloy rims with a polished front face and dark painted insert. They are really good looking rims on this car, especially when it's all cleaned up like this. And you can see back here, this is the new tire. I took it to Firestone, and they tried to rip us off by saying that because of potential damage to the 4-wheel drive system, we need to get 4 new tires because they can't just replace the back because they will be a different size. I looked at the guy, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, any P235 60R18 is going to fit on this car. So, and not to mention, it's a front-wheel drive car all the time, except for when it's losing traction. So how the hell is that? I roasted them out, and we took it to Mavis, and they had this tire in stock, so it is still consistent on all 4, which is nice. See coming around the back, there's just some stickers my mom put on of places the car's been to. That's North Carolina, that's also North Carolina. And then back here it does have a chrome tip dual exhaust, and the LED license plate bulbs I added a year ago are still in there. I need to change this plate frame though. It's starting to get corroded from being outside for over 2 years now. Can't believe it's, we're coming up on 3 years of owning this car, I think. Yep, 3 years in February it will be. So you can see the tire wear on this side's good, and all the rims are in perfect shape. There's only curb rash on one. I don't know how. I did clean them up, and of course from driving around today they got a little brake dusty. But overall they're pretty clean still. I'm going to hit the car with some more wax and stuff, and I'm also going to replace a valve stone cap on the other side that is missing all of a sudden. So go ahead and take a look at the interior. See, the key is still in good shape, everything's here. This is the main key that gets used too. No paint has worn off or anything. And the door handle's doing really good. There's some light scuffs from people's fingernails and stuff like that back here, but the car is a heavily used car, so whatever. And I didn't really touch the interior yet. I did condition these seats about a month ago. They're still good. Really no wear. And then we keep this car really clean on the inside, so I need to hit this and this with some carpet cleaner. I'll probably do that when I get home today, just before I leave, to make it, still new. And the wear on this seat has been incredibly well. You can't even tell it was satin. There's a little bit of rippling here and here, but overall, for 40,000 miles of daily driving, that's really, really good. This car has been ridiculously reliable. Has a full power driver's seat with power lumbar and automatic driver and passenger side windows. Power windows, locks, and mirrors, of course. This is the EXL, so every Pilot gets that standard. Go ahead and start it up. So you can see 39,176. It's a J35 3.5 liter single overhead cam V6 with VTEC and variable cylinder management. Turn that off, and as you can see, it's running perfect. Very smooth engine. I mean, in typical Honda SUV fashion too, it'll just rev to 3100 RPM for shits and giggles. Like, if you try to accelerate lightly, the thing will just free rev all the way up. It's a very smooth motor. So you can see up here you have rubberized materials, then it switches over to leather padding in here and leather stitching down here. This is a Honda interior, so everything's built very nicely. This car has no rattles whatsoever after 3 years, almost 3 years of owning the thing. And all the interior pieces are still just as solid as they were when we bought the car. So you can see up here it has a full power sliding and tilting sunroof. And you get your reading lamps and your garage home link with, your sunglass storage with garage home link up here, and a conversation mirror, which this is the wimpiest part of the car if you ask me. Like, I kind of try to hide this because, you know, it kind of reminds me it's a family car, so whatever. You get a full auto dim rearview mirror. It's the same one Toyota uses. It's a nice mirror. And then down here you have dual stage heated seats for the driver and passenger, tri-zone automatic climate control, which I'm going to turn on for a little bit, and this really nice 7-speaker sound system with subwoofer. I'll go ahead and put it is a great sound system, and it's in just fantastic shape. Down here you have the ridiculously small glove box with all of our maintenance stuff in it. This is pretty bad, but there's so much room to store shit in this car that's really not a big deal. You got some change over here, some sunglasses, some water, just some stuff. And down here you have the cup holders, rubberized storage, and all that stuff. I mean, everything's good. Backup camera, which I've noticed from working in the car industry, Honda has some of the best quality backup cameras you can find in a car. A lot of like American car companies that put backup cameras in as standard, they're like shit. I'm gonna get a 5-speed auto with overdrive. I changed the transmission fluid about 10,000 miles ago, and it's still great. Really, really good transmission. I love the way the power plant in this car operates. And you get your four-wheel drive lock over here if you want to lock the diff. You can do that up to 30 miles an hour. So we'll go ahead and check out the back of the car. And I'll pop the hood. So you can see you get your power tailgate release down here, and the puddle lamps and everything. You can see back here. The gray leather interior is one of my favorite parts too of the interior, because if you get the black leather, there's no contrast dashboard. It's all black, the whole car, so it can be a little boring. So you see back here, we do use the third middle seat a lot actually nowadays. You get 2 cup holders with a padded armrest, and the back seat of course is still in awesome shape. The whole car as a whole has held up better than I thought it would at this point. You see, it's very nice. Then you get 2 cup holders back here, and all the interior quality follows through. I don't have to go over that. And the headliner in this car is also really nice, as you can expect. It's actually the same exact headliner out of an MDX, so what does that tell you? Reading lamps for driver rear passenger and passenger rear passenger. And then back here's the third row. We don't really use the third row often unless it's like an occasion, but it's still back here. And it's still really roomy. This is one of the best third rows in the class. I'm like 6'2" now. I've been doing this for like 2 years on video, and look how much room I still have. And then the headroom too, which, I'll admit I got taller, so it's not as good, but it's still pretty good. Your rear vents back here and cup holders, and some storage, chrome hook. I mean, I haven't really been around the car a lot this summer because between work and then taking care of my car and just everything, so I actually didn't really wash the car that much. I just cleaned it up yesterday and it's coming along great. You can see these were a dealer accessory. These did not come standard on the EXL, you had to buy them extra. Kind of annoying, but I really like the way it looks on the car, so I don't mind. And then back here, it is a 2-piece trunk, so this operates separate of the rest of the trunk. It's a very useful feature. And this is a full power tailgate, but I'm doing it manually just to save time. As you can see back here, 60/40 split rear seat. You get your rear hooks and anchors for child seats if you want. Get some storage down here, and this is packed full of road trip stuff. I just keep trying to shove it closed. mean, overall, I'm really impressed with the car. It's just been great. You can see this side. And the passenger seat still has no wear. I haven't conditioned these seats in a month, keep in mind, so there's some marks on it, but overall, it's just great looking. And you have a full power passenger seat as well, and the floor mats that I need to vacuum, but really nice. And then of course under here, there's a 3.5 liter V6 that's still running smooth after all this time. I think at one point a mechanic spilled some oil on the valve cover, so I need to go back and clean that up, but running smooth. Then up in the front too, there aren't really many rock chips at all. It's mostly just marks where bugs have died and I have to keep scrubbing, but eventually they come out. And your halogen headlamps, this was refreshed for 2012. They moved the DRLs down here and the signals up here, and it looks a lot less dopey that way. So we'll go ahead and take the car for a quick drive. My seatbelt on. And of course you get cruise control and all that stuff over here. And automatic headlamps and all that Honda good stuff. You can hear it has that nice little first gear whirl that the J35s have. It's very faint in this car though, it's very quieted down, but you can still hear it. That little noise the Hondas do. Pretty much every Honda we've owned did that with an automatic transmission. CR-Vs, Civics, we've had Accords, we've had Odysseys. We have a Pilot. This is a no turn on red, so I have to wait. Oh, never mind. So we'll go ahead and it's a really smooth engine. The brake feels also really linear. This car has a hydraulic power steering too, so I mean it's pretty nice to drive. And double wishbone all around, independent suspension, so you can throw the car into an on-ramp too and feel pretty good about it. I mean, the most honest way to compare this car's driving dynamics is to really just say it's a big Accord, because that's what it is. I feel like I'm driving a Honda Accord that's off the ground. So, I mean, there's nothing intimidating about driving this car whatsoever. And there's just some change and stuff rattling in the console. I'll go ahead and hang a right here so you guys don't have to watch me sit at a red light. You can see what I mean about the free revving. I mean, even when you're not trying to like accelerate heavily, the car will free rev anyway, just because of the way the engine is designed. It's just really nice. I'm not gonna lie, I am definitely gonna miss occasionally stealing this car for errands and whatnot. Ooh, SRT8 300, nice. Do a little acceleration run here, nothing crazy, because I think you guys know how these cars drive already. And I'm already speeding. It's a very, very, very snappy car when it comes to driving dynamics. Very quiet too. I mean, I do have the sunroof tilted, so you can probably hear that, but otherwise. Yeah, so this is probably the last time you guys are going to be seeing this car for maybe about six months. We'll see. You know, I'm going upstate. I have an update on the Toyota Prius coming too. I have to film that, and then an update on my car, which I'm taking with me, so it's not that big of a deal. And then that'll be it with the personal vehicles for a while. Yeah. Go ahead and pull over here, and that's it. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and subscribe for more as usual.